All right, so as you walk up the driveway and up the walkway, you're going to notice that up at the top there at the roof, you've got beautiful tile, and that is real tile. That is good stuff. That's going to last quite a long time. Now, as you come inside, to your left here, you've got a small closet. And one of the first things you notice when you come inside, as you're standing in the foyer where I'm at right now, is the ceilings. The ceilings are amazing, 15, 20 foot tall at least. And then the amount of natural light that's coming in with windows on both sides that are opposing each other. Probably during the winter months, you could open all of this up and just let the breeze go through. So to your left, you've got the hallway, and you've got the first bedroom. So the first bedroom is a pretty good sized bedroom. You can see all of that. And you've got the closet here. And then as you come out of this bedroom, you've got your air handler, just rumbling away. And then to your right, you have the first bathroom. And the bathroom is really nice. Granite countertops, soft close cabinets, and that's throughout the house. Beautiful tile, and the tile is thick. It's a really, it's almost the width of my finger, and I've got big paws. So this is just a really nice set of tile and a beautiful tub. Oh, hi guys. If you're new to the channel, my name is Vince Reina. I'm a local realtor here in Central Florida. If you have any questions or would like to take a look at one of these beautiful homes in person, feel free to text or to call me, 863-220-8260, or you can go to talkwithvince.com and fill out my contact form, and I'll give you a call. Anyways, hope you're having a good time looking at this gorgeous house, and let's move on. Now, once you exit that bathroom, you actually have another bathroom right across from it. So it's exactly the same bathroom, but they're opposite sides in the hallway. And this is so that if you have company and you want the company bathroom to just be the one bathroom, here's a closet in the hallway here, and you want the family bathroom to be, the other bathroom, so you don't have to worry about it. It's pretty cool. So this is the second bedroom, and it also has a very large window with lots of light coming in. You notice that, there we go, how big that window is. Then you've got a very nice closet here. And then as you come out of this bedroom, you've got the third bedroom. And again, it's about the same size with a beautiful window, lots of light. I don't know how these lights got turned off. And then you've got the closet here. Now, as you come out of this bedroom and down the hallway, you come straight over to the master. Now, the master, I'm telling you guys, the master is enormous. I don't know how I can even show you how big this master is, but the master is enormous. It's got a beautiful window, and it's also got the recessed ceiling, which is a really cool feature. Opens everything up. Even though these are 10-foot ceilings, it makes it even look bigger. And as you come into the master bath, to the left, you've got a closet, and then you've got the water closet, with a really nice window to give you a little bit of something to look at and to let some light in. Lots of light in this home. And then here's the tub with a big picture window. Now, I know some people are going to be a little bit apprehensive because the picture window over the tub kind of takes away your privacy, but you can do a lot of things in trying to keep that private, like taking a little bit of 6-foot tall privacy fence, make it a little square, and now you have the light, you have all the ambiance, but you don't have to worry about privacy. We've got Beautiful shower, and that same kind of tile. And everything is just such good build quality. You know, it's just really nice. Another closet. And then a linen closet. Next to that, you've got the double vanities, and then plenty of space underneath between the drawers and the cabinets. Very nice stuff, very nice stuff. All right, let's move on. Now, as you come out of the master, you're going to take a left at the end of the hall, and now you've got this really huge living area. And again, vaulted ceilings reaching probably close to 20 feet, 15, 20 feet. I mean, they're absolutely huge. Nice patio, super nice patio. Plenty of room to do whatever you want to do out there. And because it's such a nice covered patio, you know, if it rains, you're not going to get soaked. You've got plenty of protection. And the other thing, if I can show you, maybe not, let's see, oh, there we go, is you have this beautiful protected, what do you call it, blinds that are inside the door window. And that is an awesome feature because you don't have to worry about dusting them. It's really easy to clean, and it's always there. You don't have to worry about anything messing up. And here's your dining room, or your eat-in dining room. So you've got your big dining room, and then you've got this little dining room. Again, lots of light coming through the windows. And then you've got your kitchen. And the kitchen is really big, lots of counter space. You've got the breakfast bar here. You've got an island, and then you've got all of this counter space all the way around. Brand new Frigidaire appliances. Lots of cabinet room. So you've got plenty of storage space for anything that you need. And let's see here. You've got your sink and your dishwasher. Now, off the kitchen to the right, looking at the sink, is your garage, nice 2-car garage. And then past the kitchen, you have this really nice pantry, really big pantry too. And then on top of that, you have your laundry room. And the laundry room is pretty big. I mean, you've got lots of space to do whatever you want to in this laundry room, including, you know, if you wanted to, you could put a folding table and, you know, maybe a cabinet, as well as, you know, having places to hang your clothes or to put linens or whatnot. It's really a nice space, super nice space. On this side of the island, you've got more cabinet space. So this is very well thought out. You've got outlets pretty much all over. So you never run out of places to put things, whether you want to have a coffee station, whether you want to have a mixer, Cuisinart, you know, whatever the case may be, you've got plenty of outlets everywhere. Now, this space here, if you're looking at the hallway where the bedrooms are, to the left you've got the formal dining room, and then you've got this space right here. This could be a sitting room. It could be just a place to put some furniture just to make the space look more cozy. There's a lot of things you can do with it, but you have the room to do it. You've got 3,000 square feet. So this is an amazingly large home, and the next one we're going to look at, like I said, is over 3,200. Now, with this particular home, you walk out, and you've got a beautiful view of the lake. So let's talk about what you get, what the house is all about, Adams Homes, and all of that good stuff. I'll be right back. All right, we're back in the office, and let's talk a little bit about this home, the 3000 by Adams Homes. 3,000 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bath home with a 2-car garage. I I would really love for you to be able to see the floor plan. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. Okay, so one of the things that I really love about this house that really kind of gets me excited about it is the fact that because it's so large, it can accommodate large furniture. It can accommodate, like I've got customers that have remarried late in life. They've got 2 households they're trying to like pull together. They're getting rid of the things that they don't want or don't need, and they're trying to pull together all the things that they do. And they need a bigger home to be able to put all of that stuff in. This is a great way to go. The other thing, too, that's great about this house is the fact that the room sizes are just fantastic. You've got a family room that is 19 by 21. You've got a master bedroom, 21 by 17. The bedrooms themselves are, 12 by 12, 10 by 12. They're good size rooms. And the build quality, that's the other fantastic thing, is the build quality. So you're going to find that these homes are really solid homes. They've got a lot of good things put into them. Granted, you could look at other pre-built homes that are out on the market right now, but you may not find the same quality as far as the build goes. So that's my 2 cents. Let's go now to talking about Auburndale. So let's see where Auburndale is first. Auburndale is located right between Tampa and Orlando. It's actually an hour and a half from Orlando and an hour and a half from Tampa. It's about 30 minutes away from Lakeland and about 15 minutes away from Winter Haven. And if we zoom in here, kind of adjust our map, this is the downtown area here. So if you were coming from 92 at the 570 Parkway, you would basically just take a left on Main Street, and you would be in the downtown area. And so the downtown area, and I'm going to show you in a second what that looks like. You've got the downtown city park, you've got Lake Stella, and all of this is right before the big lake, Lake Ariana. So let's go to Street View so you can see a little bit more there we go, what downtown looks like. So as we come through here, you can see that it's a very quaint old town. Not a whole lot going on. This is the downtown area. Not a whole lot happening there. There's some small shops and small stores, but that's pretty much it. And then you get into this really nice park area with playgrounds for the kids and stuff to do. And they have events here, the whole 9 yards. It's a very kind of a Mayberry kind of a town. If you enjoy that, if you like that small town feel, this is just going to be perfect for you. So let me go back to the map, and what I want to do is I want to back up a little bit, okay, and show you some of the things that are around here. So you've got Berkeley Road right here. You've got a Walmart Supercenter, and then you've got, a number of different, Chili's Barn Grill. There's an Aldi, which, by the way, there's an Aldi in Lakeland, Winter Haven, and Auburndale. And Aldi, we love Aldi. My wife and I, we love it. We go there all the time. You've got a Lowe's. Burger Bunker is actually really good. That's a great place to grab a burger. So you've got a lot of things here that are, right there in Auburndale. People's Barbecue is a fantastic barbecue joint. It's been around for ages. It's been around since I have been living in the Lakeland, Winter Haven area, and that's since I think I got here in 88. So it's been around forever. Fantastic food. Lake Ariana is one of the big lakes, or one of the bigger lakes in Auburndale. And if you enjoy lakefront living, Lake Ariana is a great way to... let's see if we can get that up here, but is a great way to step into lakefront living. The only thing I personally don't like about Lake Ariana is the homes on the lake are across the lake's across the street, the homes on the other side of the street. So if you'll notice here, you've got your lake entrance here, but your home is across the street. I personally don't like that, but if that's not a big deal to you, it's a beautiful lake, nice clean lake, and a great place to live. You've also got Lake Mariana and Lake Jesse, as well as Lake Lena, all right there. There's a ton of lakes. If you'll notice, there's a ton of lakes in and around Auburndale. So this whole area, as you get further this way, you're getting more into Winter Haven, but this whole area here is all Auburndale. So there's just a lot of stuff here for you. But again, if you want to go to some of the big box stores, you're probably going to end up in Lakeland, or you're going to end up in Davenport. If you're looking for a lot of big shopping, you may not find everything you're looking for. But with Auburndale being half an hour from Lakeland, 15 minutes from Winter Haven, and probably a half an hour or so from Davenport, which let me show you where Davenport is. Probably about half an hour, 45 minutes to Davenport and Haines City. You've still got options here. You've got the big Posner Park Mall. Let's see here. Oh, come on now. Where did it go? There we go. So you've got the big Posner Park Mall right here. And that's where you've got Marshall's, Ross's. You've got the Sinopolis, Best Buy, and BJ's. You've got all of that stuff here, and it's within a half an hour or so of Auburndale. So let's talk a little bit more about Auburndale, what's around there, and what you might be interested in. I'm going to pull up a screenshot of a map so you can see where Lake Juliana Estates is. If you were looking at where we were before with downtown Auburndale being here, Lake Juliana is probably north by 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So it's completely in line with downtown. And the things that are around there that might interest you, you've got 4 different public golf courses. So you've got Willowbrook in Winter Haven. You've got Lone Palm in Lakeland. And remember, we said Winter Haven's about 15 minutes away. Lakeland's about 30 minutes away. So these are all within 30 minutes. You've got the Champions Gate Golf Club, and you've got the White Heron Golf Club in Davenport. Now, if you're a boater, if you like to go, boating, fishing, that kind of a thing, you've got some public boat ramps. Of course, you've got the one at Lake Juliana. Okay, that's kind of a given. Then you've got the Lake Howard and the Lake Cannon chain. Those are boat ramps that are on the chain of lakes in Winter Haven, so they're about 15 minutes away. So if you are into a lot of the boating, the fishing, all of that kind of stuff, pleasure boating, skiing, whatever the case may be, you're really close by. And then, for all you pickleheads out there, you've got pickleball court in Auburndale at the Auburndale Community Center, plus you've got one at the Lake Alfred tennis courts. And those are all within about 15, 20 minutes. Well, of course, the one at Auburndale is right there, but the one in Lake Alfred's probably about 15, 20 minutes away. And as far as hospital goes, you've got the Winter Haven Hospital, you've got Lakeland Regional, and then you've got the Advent Health in Davenport. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and probably if somebody's watching and they're a worker or a bigwig at Winter Haven Hospital, they're probably going to get pissed off at me, but I really don't care. My sister-in-law worked as an EMT for 13 years. And when my wife got really sick and we had to take her to the hospital, the first thing she told me was, do not take her to Winter Haven. Take her to Lakeland Regional or Advent Health in Davenport. We took her to Lakeland Regional. They did a fantastic job. I personally have had to go to Advent Health in Davenport. They are fantastic there. But we've heard a lot of bad things about Winter Haven Hospital. So my 2 cents, I'm not going to get into anything else, but that's just so you'll know. And then, you know, if you're like I love to go walking, I'll walk 2, 3, 4 miles in the mornings. If you like to go walking, if you like to go hiking, there's the Auburndale Tico Trail, which is about 7 miles, a little over 7 miles worth of paved trails. And then you've got the Reverend Earl Wright Park, which is about 2.5 miles of paved trails. And so there are others that are a little bit further away, but these are all within about 20, 30 minutes so that you're not having to go too far. The Auburndale Trail is like right there. It's in Auburndale. You're probably 10, 15 minutes away no matter where you are in Auburndale. So those are some of the highlights of the things that are in Auburndale and around Auburndale. You're very close to a lot, but you're still kind of in that small town. So if you guys have any questions or if you need anything, all my information is in the description below. If you want to get a hold of me, you can call or text. And if you prefer, you can just fill out my contact form and I'll be in touch. You guys have a great one, and we'll talk to you on the next video.